China's defense ministry and foreign ministry have both voiced firm opposition to Japan's recent maritime military actions. Before the PLA Navy's Liaoning aircraft carrier formation conducted flight training east of the Miyako Strait, China had notified Japan in advance, according to an audio recording.
This is China Navy Warship 101. Our formation organizes shipboard aircraft flight training as planned. Over.
Chinese warship 101. This is Japan warship 116. I copied your message.
Communication of this kind occurred twice on the afternoon of December 6th. China says the notification is in accordance with the international convention. Despite being aware of the Chinese Navy's activities, 2 Japanese F-15 fighter jets entered China's training zone, at one point approaching within 50 kilometers. Japan later shifted blame by accusing China of radar illumination. However, activating search radar during flight training is standard practice for carrier-based aircraft worldwide, especially when a foreign jet has come this close. China says these close-in reconnaissance activities pose a serious security risks and are part of a larger pattern of military provocation. Previously, Japan even vowed to target China's newest aircraft carrier, the Fujian. Why is Japan escalating its provocations? Chinese Defense Ministry spokesperson Zhang Xiaogang warned that if Japan returns to a path of militarism, it risks plunging into an irretrievable crisis. Yet Japan continues to accelerate its military capabilities. Recently, Tokyo delivered the first batch of Patriot Advanced Capability 3 interceptors to the U.S., marking its first export of offensive weapons under eased U.S. restrictions, a move China says violates Japan's post-World War II obligations. The 1943 Cairo Declaration and 1945 Potsdam Declaration required Japan to complete disarmament and barred it from maintaining industries that could support rearmament. China says these series of military actions was triggered by Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's remarks on Taiwan, which ignore the post-war consensus that Taiwan is part of China.
台湾是中国领土，如何解决台湾问题，是中国人自己的事，不容外部干涉。高市早苗却把日本的存亡危机事态与所谓台湾有事相关联，暗示对中国动武。这难道就是日方所谓专守防卫和被动防御政策的应有之义吗？
Japan's so-called passive defense strategy doesn't add up when we look at the numbers. The government has approved a supplementary budget for fiscal year 2025, pushing defense spending to 2% of GDP, the 13th consecutive annual increase. Japan's military buildup continues, including revising its 3 non-nuclear principles and deploying mid-range surface-to-air missiles near Taiwan. But does it have the strength to provoke China? The answer is no, because China says it has the legal right to respond to any aggression. The Chinese embassy in Japan has warned that under the UN Charter's enemy states clause, if any fascist or militaristic nation, including Japan, takes steps toward aggression, founding UN members, including China, have the right to take direct military action. This is not the same as in 1931. China suffered enormous losses during the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, with 35 million military and civilian casualties. Alongside the international community, China hopes such a tragedy is never repeated.
我们正告日方切实反省历史罪责，立即停止修宪扩军，任何重走侵略扩张邪路、破坏战后国际秩序的图谋都不会得逞。
China has always sought to resolve disputes through diplomatic means, but does not tolerate actions that cross its red line. Japan's military provocation is a threat to regional security and global order, and must face the consequences.